Monasteries and their impact. Middle Ages monasticism was established by the traditions of Saint Anthony. In 270 AD, Anthony, a young Christian man, aged 20 years and born in Egypt, chose to donate his possessions and to live in a desert. He lived in solitude most of his life, where he prayed and undertook manual jobs to earn a living. His way of living was soon perceived as holy, and people came to stay close to him and to imitate his ways. The different monk sects traveled across Europe, establishing monasteries and spreading the gospel to the non-believers. The monks in the Middle Ages were also very instrumental as a source of education. Life in the monasteries involved regular periods of worship, studying and labor. Days were managed into 8 different activities, all of which began and ended with worship in the church. An initial church service was at about 2 in the morning, while the last one took place at sunset. During the day, they would spend a couple of hours studying the Bible, praying and meditating in private. The rest of the hours were spent in manual labor within the monastery and in the gardens. Monasteries in the Middle Ages were used for several activities. 1. The monastery was used as a source of refuge for pilgrims. At this time in Europe, there were almost no inns for travelers. 2. The monastery engaged in social work that involved feeding the hungry and caring for the sick. 3. The medieval monasteries offered education mainly to boys who were looking for a life of priesthood and those who were looking to enter other professions. 4. The monasteries were also in charge of copying by hand the manuscripts of classical writers in an effort to preserve these manuscripts. They also penned down the Bible in Latin and distributed copies to the community. They record events that took place during this time, and these served as a good source of Middle Ages historical records.